Yo, what's up, dope chasers? So for some reason, I'm having difficulties with this program, and it's not allowing me to do what I want. So I wanted to get my money back, but we are here. This is Dope Chaser TV live and direct. I am live on Facebook and YouTube, and you know, since we're live, it's always important for me to know who I'm talking to. So let me know who you are, where you're from, in the comment area, and I'll shout you out. The topic today, we're going to be talking about the three pitfalls of having a good credit score. Okay. Earlier, I saw someone make a comment of, Jason, I heard of all the great things of having a great credit score, but I never heard about the negatives of having a great credit score. And I want to talk to you about that because at the end of the day, yes, I want you to have great credit. However, I don't want you to fall into the negative cycle of having a good credit score, okay? I was one person who actually reaped the negative sides of having good credit, and I'll tell you a little bit about that story. I don't want to tell you too much because it's going to be in my next book. However, since I have your attention, I want to share with you some insight so that you don't fall into the same negative cycle that myself and many others fall into on a day-to-day basis, okay? So again, my name is Jason White, your host of Dope Chaser TV. Let me know who you are and where you're from, and then we are going to be getting started very shortly. This is my fourth attempt, maybe fifth attempt, trying to go live, and as you can see, this time there was no opener, so I have to figure out exactly what's going on with that. But that's not your problem. That's mine. Let me see here really quick. So I made some notes. Let me share this. Yeah. So let me know who you are and where you're from, and we are about to get started. All right. So, thank you for joining me. If this is your fifth time trying to join me this evening, you're the real MVP. I apologize, okay? So we are talking about the three pitfalls of having, what is that? Okay. The three pitfalls of having good credit, okay? And it's important for me to pull up my notes so I can make sure I give you the information clearly. So people, when they acquire our services or our information, the end goal is to have a great credit score. Whether you're in the 700 club, 800 club, by all means, that's the goal, right? You want to be able to have a great credit score so that you can bust some moves. And those moves could be buying a house, buying a car, refinancing stupid loans that you've taken out, getting a better interest rate, or just being prepared for whatever life may bring your way. And a few things that I've noticed is when people are on this journey of fixing their credit, there are three particular things that they do that are questionable, okay? And what happens is it puts them in a hole, or it puts them on a cycle of forcing themselves to live paycheck to paycheck. And this information is here to help you so that you don't make these stupid mistakes, okay? Myself, I learned from my experience. I suffered from making a few of these mistakes, and I'm going to try to clear things up for you as best as possible so that you can have a clear understanding of why having a good credit score could be a negative if your mentality is not there all the way, okay? So the first danger, the first pitfall of having a good credit score is you're transitioning from bad credit to good credit, okay? So basically you're proving to credit bureaus that, you are worthy of line of credit, okay? Now the thing is, as you are transitioning to good credit to bad credit, a few things happen. What happens is you begin to get on marketing lists that you probably shouldn't be on, okay? And what I mean by that is you begin to get marketed new opportunities. And these opportunities are from creditors that want to take advantage of you. All right. And though the goal is to buy a house, refinance your car, buy a new car, whatever the situation may be, oftentimes what happens is your credit is transitioning to a good credit score and they're marketing opportunities to you. And what this does is it causes you to lose focus. For example, let's say that your goal is to maintain a low debt to income ratio, okay? And you want to buy a house within 6 months, okay? And within that 6 month time frame, 3 months into on this journey, you get a sweet credit card offer. And what a lot of people do is, man, I just got offered a credit card. That means that I can open it. And they will open up that credit card and get themselves in a cycle of, one, taking advantage of all the opportunities that come their way, which isn't smart all the way, okay? And then two, because they got that new credit card and they haven't acquired the true habits of managing a credit card, they find themselves getting deeper in debt because they either max it out or they begin to use it when it's not a supplement to their income, okay? And this is negative because the goal is to buy a house, right? And you need to maintain a low debt to income ratio. So if you are buying a home or looking to buy a home and you open up a credit card and you rack up the credit card bill, one, your debt to income ratio increases, right? And the goal is for that to decrease. So you're getting yourself deeper in debt and all the opportunities that are coming your way, they're throwing you off. Your focus is no longer on buying the home. Though that's one of your goals, your focus is no longer there. Your focus is on taking advantage of these marketed opportunities. And the thing that I often tell clients is, if it's not in your goal, if it's not something that you want to do, just because they market it to you does not mean that you have to open the account. Well, Jason, they sent it to my address and said that I got pre-approved. Is that a goal of yours? Or do you want to buy this house? Right? If it's not something that you actually requested, don't open it. So the first pitfall of having a good credit score is, because you're transitioning to a higher credit score bracket, new opportunities are going to come your way, and they're going to come your way constantly. All right. And one thing that you can do to protect yourself is you can actually remove yourself from marketing lists. All right. It's very simple to do. You basically write a letter or call the credit bureaus and basically request to get removed from the marketing list. All right. Otherwise, creditors are going to market opportunities to you. And if your mentality isn't strong enough, you may fall victim to opening up new lines of credit when you're not supposed to. Kenneth, how you doing? Yes, the camera is working. I had to do some creative things. Kind of embarrassing. But yeah, thank you for joining me, man. I appreciate that. Also got people on Facebook. And, I'm all discombobulated right now. My whole system is messed up due to the fact that, the camera situation. Yes, it's brand new. However, I should have been smart enough to test it before I went live. And because I was so excited, I wanted to go live right away. However, we're here. So I want to take advantage of this time, make sure I give you all some good information. But in the meantime, I'm a little disappointed because it's not exactly how I want it to be. But it's all good. It's all good, okay? So the first pitfall to having a great credit score is you will lose focus due to the new opportunities that will come your way, all right? And if your mentality isn't strong enough, if you don't have the dough chasing mentality, you're going to fall victim to these new opportunities. And that's one thing that I'm afraid of, okay? Though, yes, credit is important. However, if you're not using your credit correctly, if you're using it as a supplement to your income, meaning that you make $2,000, $3,000 a month, but it's not covering all your bills the way you want to, and you get approved for $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 credit card, and you're using that as extra income to acquire things, then that's the negative side of having good credit. Okay, you have to be focused. Have to be focused on what it is that you are trying to accomplish prior to actually working on your credit. Okay? A lot of times people, they enter our program or they start the credit repair process themselves. And one thing that happens is they're making progress with their credit, which is great. However, because these new opportunities are sent their way, they begin to lose focus, open up tons of accounts that aren't in the plan, rack up new credit card debt. The next thing you know, yes, the credit score is in great shape. However, they created more debt for themselves, okay? They lost focus, right? And because they lost focus, they may end up getting off the right path to actually acquiring the true goal that they were trying to achieve previously, all right? So in order to protect yourself, I always say a man's greatest strength, a woman as well, is to know your weakness. And if you are someone where, if opportunities are sent to you, pre-approvals are sent to you, and you fall victim to those, call the credit bureaus, send a letter to the credit bureaus requesting that you are removed from their marketing list. And that helps you because, they won't share your information with their business partners, okay? I talk about this in my book, Credit Builder Secrets, and also, some other videos. But credit bureaus, they're in a business. And a lot of people feel like the credit bureaus are there to protect them, to look out for them. But that's not true. The credit bureaus are in a they are a for-profit business, okay? And their business model is information. The more information they can get on you, the better sales opportunities they can have with their true partners, which isn't the consumer, rather is businesses. Businesses who are looking to market information and look at, your payment behavior, look at your payment history, and they're looking to market their products. They need that information. And who do you think they get it from? Credit bureaus. A big source of that information comes from credit bureaus, right? And one way to set yourself up for success and, helping yourself not fall victim to this information that's being marketed to you that's not in your plan is to actually remove yourself from that from happening, okay? There's a lot of privacy laws out there, and if you don't want your information being sold and shared, you can prevent that from happening. So the first pitfall to having a great credit score is the fact that you may lose focus on your true goal because of the opportunities that will be marketed to you because so, okay? Is that understandable? Let me get a 1 if that's understandable. All right. I got truth, grace, and serenity. I appreciate you coming back, man. He said, I truly believe credit bureaus profit on keeping your score low. Yes. They profit. It's all about the information, right? So one of their big markets is subprime lenders, right? And subprime lenders, how do they make their money? They make their money off of people who show that they can't manage their money well. So if you can't manage your money well based off your credit score, they're going to offer you these high interest loans, and it's a great way for them to make a huge, quick profit, right? And the credit bureaus, they sell your information to these subprime lenders. So it is beneficial for them to keep you in a not necessarily a bad credit score, because they're not the ones who create the credit score. They're the ones who provide the information that the credit score is based off of. So their true goal is to try to keep your credit report as negative as possible, which will help their bottom line, help the business, help the profits, okay? Keep that in mind. What's up, Michael Leach? How you doing? Jamie Murphy, I see you in the building. Okay, so we talked about the first pitfall. Now we're going to move into the second pitfall. But before I do, let me see if we have any interaction on Facebook. Lamar Matthews, how you doing? Juan Williams, Monique, Levante, how y'all doing? So I'm going to try to, go back and forth. So please be patient with me. Again, this is not the setup that I want, but I had to get creative this evening. Hopefully this information is helpful. I appreciate the feedback, everybody. Make sure that you like and share this video as we continue to talk. And if you're not subscribed to the page, make sure you do that as well, okay? So the second pitfall to having a good credit score is, this is a big one, okay? So basically what you're doing is you're creating more obligations for yourself, okay? A lot of people are using their credit as an extension to their standard of living, okay? And, credit, in my opinion, is a tool that helps us build a better life, right? Helps us create more opportunities for our community and also more opportunities for ourselves. And a lot of times people, instead of creating those opportunities for themselves to create a true change to their lifestyle, what they do is they use their credit as an extension to their income, right? And, I got great credit, and this is my opportunity to, get that new car I want, right? However, what is actually happening is you're creating another obligation for yourself, okay? You're creating another payment, okay? So a lot of times people will use their credit to, buy a car, which there's no problem with doing that. But the problem comes when you are uncontrolled, okay? Your actions are uncontrollable. What you're doing is, okay, I bought a car. Ooh, that's a nice watch. Let me buy this watch and let me finance it, okay? Oh, those are some nice shoes. Let me get a credit card with the store and let me finance those shoes. You begin to get into a finance culture, okay? And you begin to finance everything that you want instead of actually truly acquiring it the correct way, which I believe is paying for it in full. So you're creating more monthly obligations, all right? And the next thing you know, you're living paycheck to paycheck. You find yourself every month having to pay all these bills that you created for yourself because of your good credit score. And I see it all the time where people, when they start the program, their debt to income ratio is, 40, 50%, all right? And then their credit score improves. And the next thing you know, we see that they added 4 to 5 accounts that we didn't recommend. They bought some furniture, right? They bought a new car. They already had one car, but then they bought a new car, right? Because, they had good credit and it was low interest, right? So they added another payment into the household. And the negative about that is that's not the true desire, okay? The temporary desire is, I want this shiny thing. I want this gadget, okay? I need this. However, the long-term effect is because of that temporary want, you created a long-term effect. And that long-term effect is you paying on this temporary thing for 4 to 5 years. And that causes you to live paycheck to paycheck, which paycheck to paycheck will cause confusion in your bank account, will cause overdrafts in your bank account, late fees, which cost you more money. And that means that you're not able to actively pursue your goals because you have to pay for all this other stuff that you acquired, right? So the negative and the pitfall of having a great credit score is opportunities being marketed to you and you taking advantage of those opportunities more than what you should have and creating multiple obligations based off of that activity, okay? So, that's the second pitfall. Basically, creating more obligations for yourself more than what you can truly handle. And we see it all the time. People improve their credit scores, and because they're not disciplined enough and they don't really have the dough chaser mentality, they don't understand what they're doing until it's too late. And then, man, I got to file bankruptcy. I can't afford this. Or, Jason, I got too many payments every month. What should I do? Okay? And the important thing is to be patient, accomplish one thing at a time. There's no rush for you to get everything. All right. And I feel like if we are more in tune with what we're truly doing and our true financial picture, some of the decisions that we make, we wouldn't, right? But because there are these temporary wants and impulsive decisions, people make a lot of stupid choices, and they have to basically deal with them during the long term. All right. And if you can prevent yourself from creating more obligations, your credit score will be beneficial, right? Instead of finding more obligations, find opportunities that are going to make you money, right? And a lot of us, we're too focused on the shiny thing instead of focusing our attention on what's boring. But the thing is, what's boring, our financial foundation, is going to create true opportunities for us to grow, okay? So that's the second pitfall of having good credit, creating more obligations for yourself, more spending plans. Basically, you're working your ass off to earn a paycheck. However, because you can't keep your money, are you truly working for yourself? In this situation, no, you're working for your debtors. You're working for the creditors who have provided you these loans, right? So we got to be careful. Got to be careful. Okay, that's the second pitfall. Let me see what kind of activity we have on Facebook. Let me get a 1 if that's understandable. Let me see what we got going on YouTube. If you're watching this, let me know who you are, where you're from. Let me see. Truth, grace, and serenity. You wouldn't believe how many people get credit cards for the status symbol. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. A lot of people do things to impress other people who really could care less about what they're doing. It looks good, but as soon as you leave the room, they're going to be talking shit about you anyway. So why live for them? Lamar 1, Monique 1. I appreciate that. Let me know who you are and where you're from. If you're watching this video, please like and share this video so people you know, like, and love can get this information. And hopefully we can touch the soul and transform their mind. All right. Monique from Toledo, Rochelle from Michigan, Marcel from North Carolina. Go Blue. All right. Kenneth from Tennessee. Truth, Grace, and Serenity from Tallahassee. Okay. I can appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm actually from Jackson, Michigan. I've been living in Toledo, Ohio for about 6 years now, so this is my home now. However, I still bleed blue. We're having a couple, rough years, rough seasons. We'll be back. Don't worry about it. All right. So let's go into the third pitfall of having good credit. Yes, there are a lot of benefits of having a great credit score. However, they're not beneficial if you don't take advantage of them, right? And a lot of things that I see, and this all is relative, right? You get marketed more opportunities. You take advantage of those opportunities uncontrollably, right? And you create more obligations for yourself. And yes, you're going to get some low interest opportunities, right? The thing is, here's the difference between bad credit and being taken advantage of from a subprime lender and good credit and being taken advantage of by, a normal rate lender, okay? Subprime lender, they're going to get that quick, big profit, right? And a normal lender, they're not going to get an initial big profit. But what they're going to do is they're going to offer you so many opportunities, and you're going to be, paying all of these opportunities over time, especially with credit cards. Over time, what they're doing is they're creating a consistent cash flow out of your pockets, right? And the third pitfall is basically being in business, forever in business with lenders. That's the third pitfall if you're not careful, okay? Having 4 to 5 credit cards that are all maxed out is not a good look, okay? It's not a good look because if you're paying the minimums, especially if you're paying the minimums, which 1, opportunities are being marketed to you. 2, you're taking advantage of all the opportunities. And 3, you're going to be paying on these opportunities for a long time, right? So you're constantly working to pay off debts for years to come, right? So the length of you being in these obligations is the pitfall. Yes, you're not paying too much in interest monthly. However, many months of you paying these obligations, they add up to thousands of dollars. And if you're not careful, you're going to find yourself not making the progress that you should be making financially, but helping these companies continue to grow, in the world we live in. So it's very dangerous if you're not careful, and it's very important for you to understand that, credit, yes, is important, but if you don't manage it correctly, you are shooting yourself in the foot and actually hurting your future, right? And I want you to have a great credit score. But more importantly, I want you to learn how to use your credit correctly so that you don't find yourself suffering from these 3 pitfalls, all right? And hopefully this information has been helpful. Hopefully, this information is going to, cause you to rethink some of the decisions that you are making or plan on making, so that you don't shoot yourself in the foot and cause yourself to, live paycheck to paycheck because you've taken advantage of every opportunity that's been shared with you, even though it was not in your original plan, okay? So a few things that you can do to help yourself. Is take yourself off of the marketing list, contact the credit bureau, send a letter, and let them know that you want to remove yourself from their marketing list. That way, as you are making progress with your credit, this is also going to help you if you have bad credit as well. Whether you have good credit or bad credit, as you are making progress, lenders are not aware of this, right? They're not getting your information and using it against you. That way you don't have, 10, 20, 30 letters in the mail basically saying, hey, here's an opportunity, pre-approved, right? That doesn't force you to actually consider it. So remove yourself from that. But most importantly, you want to remain focused on the bigger picture, right? In my office, sometimes when I ask questions, I get a short-term answer, right? Like, yes, right now, that's not beneficial. But I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about 6 months, a year, 3 years from now. Do you think this is a good decision, right? So I have to continue to challenge my team members because a lot of times we think, how's this going to affect me today? How's this going to affect me tomorrow? Instead of thinking about how's this going to affect me 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, 3, 5, 10 years from now, right? So that's what I want you to think about. Think about the bigger picture. What is it that you're truly trying to achieve, and make that your true goal, okay? Do not allow anything to steer you off the path to making that a reality. And one thing that goes into play is, what I call my what now mindset. And this is something that I shared with my sister. I actually shared this on YouTube, a while ago. But if you are someone where you're in a position of like, okay, I'm achieving things in my life, but I don't know what to do next, think about all of the goals that you have, right? And you need to prioritize those goals from most important to least important, okay? And if you're ever in a situation where you need to understand, okay, what now? What do I need to do now to be successful? Mark those off one by one, okay? Most important to least important, and then knock them off one by one until you're done. And that's going to help you stay on the right path to achieving your true goals. If you don't have that written down and you don't see that every day, then the likelihood of you falling off this narrow path to success is very likely because you don't have your plan written out, okay? So you want to be very careful, but at the end of the day, what's going to help you is minimizing your distractions, okay? And also having the dough chaser mentality. And the dough chaser is someone who is improving their finances and seeking a financial advantage. So if you are one of those people where you are trying to do that, continue to tune in to Dough Chaser TV. Get this information. Seems as if we have frozen. Okay. So we have Frozen. You know what? This is a janky episode. I apologize. I want to thank you all for joining me today. Make sure you like and share this video, and I will see you tomorrow. I may have to take this one back. But thank you all for your time. Again, my name is Jason White. I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.